When people hear about Detroit's Chinatown, they are surprised.
What Chinatown? Is there a Chinatown in Detroit?
There's no Chinatown in Detroit.
Not only had one, it had two.
And I mean, like, why would I make that up?
Every big city has a Chinatown.
My name is Francis Gruno.
I'm Sandy Fatt.
My name is Lisa Yi Litzenberg.
I'm Roland Wong.
My name is Richard Mui. I'm the board president of the Association of Chinese Americans.
Charles Inchaustegui, owner of the Peterborough.
I'm the co-chair of the Detroit Chinatown Vision Committee.
I'm on the committee, the Detroit Chinatown Vision Committee.
I'm one of the co-chairs of the Detroit Chinatown Redevelopment Project.
I am a member of the Detroit Chinatown Vision Committee,
which is focusing on the redevelopment of the Cass and Peterborough former Detroit Chinatown neighborhood.
The Chinatown Vision Committee really came about as a process of making lemonades out of lemons and really trying to turn something positive out of a grieving process.
The building is 140 years old and part of a once thriving Chinatown district in Detroit.
Abandoned for years, the building is slated for demolition.
City inspectors say this building needed to come down, but for many Chinese Americans, this was much more than a building.
We've been trying to save 3143 Cass. That was the hall that was occupied by the Chinese Merchants Association, Anliang Hall.
It was known in the community as the place where the Chinese community gathered.
They're the group that helped get people acclimated to the area, I think helped find them jobs and such. And it was also one of the first meeting places for the Vincent Chin protests.
And also was the founding location of the American Citizens for Justice.
That building, that historic building, was destroyed and demolished despite efforts to save it. That's what got us, all of us, involved in trying to get more involved in the Detroit Chinatown work to save the last remnants of Detroit Chinatown's history.
Chinese have been here for a long time, so the original Chinatown was, I think 1920s was at its high point, and that first Chinatown was destroyed when they built the freeway through it.
That obliterated the original Chinatown, which is now the area occupied by MGM Grand Casino. And so a bunch of Chinese merchants actually were successful in working with the city to relocate a second Chinatown at Cass and Peterborough.
Very few businesses moved to the new Chinatown at Cass and Peterborough. Cass and Peterborough was the Cass Corridor. It was the red light district, Skid Row, prostitutes, drugs, etc. So even by the early 80s, I think Lisa Yi's father had closed his Forbidden City restaurant, and he had an original restaurant in the first Chinatown, which was Jade Palace. So he had a very, very long history with Detroit Chinatown.
My dad was the unofficial mayor of Detroit's Chinatown for many years. I grew up working in my dad's restaurant, the Forbidden City. I remember very well with all of my siblings, we used to run around the restaurant. It was sort of our playground. During my time growing up, I was a young kid, so I wasn't paying as much attention to things, but I could tell, already when I was a kid, I think the area had already started to go, by the wayside.
So then by the year 2000, everything basically was abandoned. So we're trying to revive a neighborhood that basically has been desolate for almost 40 years.
I think the flip side of what's happened to the Chinatown area is that it's kind of a blank slate, and so that we can recreate it and build what we envision for ourselves.
The Detroit Chinatown Vision Committee is leading the project and asking for the community's input and help. $1 million in state funding will be used to bring Chinatown back to life with its authentic roots.
The Chinatown Vision Committee's vision is to co-create with the existing residents and businesses a new community that is walkable, livable.
We want to have a Chinatown for the people that are in that community and want to come to that community. We don't want people to come in there and build high-rise, expensive condos and apartments and squeeze these people out of the neighborhood. That is not what Detroit Chinatown and the Chinese Merchants Association would have done for its community. It would have been looking out for the people that are there.
Some people would say it's an effort to retain the cohesiveness of the neighborhood and to remember the aspects of history in the neighborhood.
I think originally the Chinatowns were a place of safe haven. That's also a part of the vision, that we would really like a safe space for Asian people from all walks of life in different countries to have a place that they can celebrate themselves, but also to bring other people in to learn more about Asian cultures. I think that's so important. So many people, I feel, don't travel or don't get an opportunity to travel to Asian countries. This is a way that they can kind of do that.
To see Detroit's Chinatown in kind of this new way that really can sort of, lead in the country and in North America in terms of how Chinatowns evolve over time and how they can, be relevant going into the 21st century in a broader context and more of like a Pan-Asian context, in a context that's welcoming to, a number of different cultures and yet be very Detroit. I think that's what is the opportunity here.
It's really nice to finally have some community advocacy going on around this area. We've got some people who are really serious about it, and lots of them are professional in different ways and bring different things, which I think will really help elevate this area in the coming years.
Everyone keeps saying, why would you want to do this? This is going to be so big. How are you going to get this done? Whatever we accomplish is going to be way more than what would have happened if we never had this project.
I think if my dad were still alive today, I think he would be really proud. As the former mayor of Detroit's Chinatown, he was very active in trying to keep that community alive, help the elders, promote the culture of the Chinese people. I think he would be very proud to see the work that our Vision Committee is working on and, trying to, especially revitalize the area after it really has, disappeared. To bring it back and show the revitalization and the resiliency of the people, I think he would be very proud.